Hi, welcome to a new video dedicated to a new brushless eraser from Tovsto. I reviewed some time ago a video platform from them, and now they are editing a eraser, clearly mimicking a direct copycat of the Walkera F210. This is a Falcon 210, okay, so starting with the same letters and with exactly the same size, a 210mm brushless quadcopter, and you will recognize the same tall, thin, larger main central body, with some frontal lights and the FPV camera gel into this plastic cockpit. This machine is equipped of an F3 board. You have an OSD. I am not sure it's a built-in OSD included in the F3 board or it's an external device. And well, you have a basic 500-400 TVL, 540 TVL FPV camera, assumed to work in both NTSC and PL formats. ESC are not barely S or D shot 600. It's some whole 30 ampere, but individual one shot 125 are compatible. And motors are some 2204 and on to speed at 2500 kV. Okay, and for the FPV ring, we have a 48 channel, and the module can select the output power from 25 mW up to 200 mW via a small jumper. So in first feeling, I think this machine is equipped of, we say, 1 year or 2 years electronics, and to prove that, this machine comes with a clean flight OS and the version 1.2.4. So you will need to reinstall the old configurator, Chrome configurator, in order to access to all the settings. Okay, anyway, let's start to discover this bundle. Okay, first thing, we have an instruction manual in this plastic bags where you can find all the information. So for example, you will find the role of each button of the transmitter, because this is an RTF model. So how to arm, we have a central button, okay, and how to calibrate, for example, the gyroscope, etc. So it's exactly the same procedure than in CleanFlight, because this is CleanFlight ready. So we have the role of the unique three-way button to select the flight mode, and the more important, the list of frequencies, okay, of each. I say 48 channel, it's only a 40 channel of the 5 supported band. Be aware, I found that the list is not correctly corresponding to the deep switches. So in fact, I follow this table and didn't find the right frequency, so there is a mismatch. And there is another one for the 25 mW settings. Okay, so what you can find also a set of stickers to decorate your machine. Okay, you have some white, some red and yellow one. I will continue to with accessories. We have 2 Allen keys and 1 wrench tool to install to secure completely the nuts installation. For the props, cable, 2 cable in fact from PWM wiring for an external receiver, or some PS bus one. It's up to you. It has the RTF version. It comes with already receiver, and I will say that it's a FlySky based. A screwdriver, okay, and this is a radio, and it uses exactly the same chassis and the Tovsto model I reviewed some time ago. So, well, easy to grab, and the gimbal are really nice, so that's a good point. Only one 3-way here switch to select between angle, horizon and acro, and this button are useless, and this central button is used to arm or disarm the machine, and the main power lead button. So it can accept a 4 AA rechargeable battery, Okay, and as I said previously, is based indirectly on the Failsafe RF2S2A protocol. We have two sets of 4 props. There are 3 blades, 5" to be more precise, 45. Okay, snow burnout with 5 millimeters of shaft diameters. We have a basic charger, 9max RCB3, where you can charge 2S or 3S LiPo. The power cord, okay, associated with, and here is the machine. Already pre-installed the linear antenna. Okay, and let's now discover the machine. First, the linear antenna is rather short, and you can see that most of the signal will be blocked by the carbon structure. You know that carbon is absorbing a lot the RF signal, so it's not pretty good in terms of radio propagation. Okay, so you can find on the real left side the dip switch. Okay, 6 small dip switches to select the V frec and the V band. The first 3 is assumed to select one of the 8 frequency. Okay, so I can make a close up. So the first 3 helps to select the V frec, and the 2 second after, so for the 4th and the 5th, is assumed to select. Okay, as well the last, I'm sorry, the 3 last one are used to select the V band. Okay, but as I said previously, the combination written in the instruction is not really corresponding to the one I found from my scanning from my FPV monitor. This is a drawback. And here, look that. We have a small hole where you can guess a small jumper. Believe me, it's super tiny, and if the jumper is installed, we are in 25 milliwatts configuration, and if you remove it, and it will be a problem, you will turn the machine in 200 milliwatts, and you believe me, it's super hard to remove the jumper. Okay, maybe by a small tweezer like this, and you can access to remove it. Okay, so now I will turn it into 200 milliwatts, and this setting is not super obvious. Anyway, I've done it, so it's possible. As you can see, we have some carbon arms, at least it's 3K carbon. I will give the thickness of them. Okay, and we have something close to 3 millimeters, a little bit less, so it's not so bad for the structure. We have some individual arms, seems to be, where ESC are attached on top. There are 30 ampere, I said no barely less, or D-shot 600, only one shot 125. Maybe it can be flashed with a more recent firmware. We will see more via the barely configurator. So at least they are individual. You can change them if one them burn, but with 30 ampere, no big risk. We have the 2204 motors, okay, announced to spin at 2500 kV, no real reference on it, and the shaft dimension is 5 millimeters, so you can install up to 5-inch, no possibility to install 6-inch props. Okay, so let's continue. On the left side, nothing except the battery strap. Okay, and maybe, okay, forgot here, you can see this cable, and just here I will take it with a tweezer. This is the 2.4 GHz antenna. Okay, I'm try to make a smaller close-up like this. Look at that. This is the 2.4 GHz antenna. As you can see, completely jailed into the carbon structure. No, so not fantastic in terms of radio propagation. So what you can do is to take from the front part, you can access to it, okay, pull on it, and you will be able to install more the antenna front vertically to extend the range. And it's super important because the Failsafe protocol is known for the first receiver to have a non-working Failsafe, and for racer is a no-go if you don't have any working Failsafe. So be aware, we will check that fact. So let's continue. We have the FPV camera, and look, out of the box is not possible to set the lens orientation and more. It's a little bit targeting the ground with an angle of -3, -5 degrees. What's a shame. So I hope it will be possible to move it, and I will say yes, it's possible, but with some little disassembling. What a nightmare. Anyway, let's continue. We have some frontal lights, so I will turn on the battery to show them. Okay, so it's super easy to remove the top canopy. Just pull on the two O-rings rear and it's super easy to access. We have the battery. Okay, and I will plug the XT60 connector. So, and check the lights. Wow, they are super bright, so no problem for keep your orientation in daylight. And as you can hear, we have a buzzer. That's great. So the buzzer is located from here, so that's not a problem. So on top, okay, install and wall not superbly attached via this basic Velcro strap. We have this 3S LiPo. It's a 1500 mAh with a discharge rate of 25C, not super important. 30C or 35C would have been a better choice, but anyway, it's like this. I will give the dimension, okay, so a bit. But we have a lot of room in the battery tray to install at least a more longer one. So let's give this information, can be important. 72 by, I would say, 35 by 21 millimeters. Okay, and if you need the weight, where is my scale? Is here. So the weight of this LiPo, okay, I will put it here, is about, okay, 104.2 grams. Okay, and the machine without any I would say any props, any battery, already weighs something about 424. Okay, and if I had, okay, I have to start first because there is a weight, so it's less, sorry. So 341, and if I had the LiPo were already reaching 445, and if I had the 4 pops, okay, here we'll be close to 400. I hope it will hold, not completely sure. Okay, and the last, okay, we are at 464 grams. Okay, so it's not so bad for 3S, but not super light, and I think it's more or less the same weight than the Wildcarrier F210. Let's continue on the right side, and what we can find here the micro USB port, where, as I said previously, you will need to plug to clean flight, but the older version, so the 1.2.4, I will show how to reinstall an older version. Okay, you can work with install two versions of different version of clean flight, is not a problem. Okay, so it will be much more easy. Let's continue. We have some wiring here, okay, of the ESC motors, I guess, and here we have the PPM connection of the receiver. So we can guess here the two grays antenna of the diversity system of the FlySky receiver. The bind button is inside, so you will need to open it in order to rebind to a different transmitter. So now it's time to show you how to adjust the lens orientation, because it's a must to do. And practice, you have to remove this 1, 2, and 3X screws we are by using the Allen key they're providing, and then remove 2 screws blocking the lens adjustment. Okay, so I will do it and show the result. Okay, you have to use the smallest Allen key they provided, so start with the lateral side. Okay, yeah. First, second, and the one on top. This one is a little bit shorter. Then you will be able to unclips here. Okay, we have a small unclips. So by pushing here. But anyway, it's not the more important. In fact, you have to remove after these two screws here via a normal screwdriver. One, and second. So now we are able to adjust, look at the lens orientation, no problem. Okay, so it's free and it's time to fasten all the first 3 X screws. I want also to show you how to pull on the 2.4 GHz, so pass through this central port, and then you will be able with a small tweezer to pull on the antenna in order to access to them. One, so be aware to not damage them. Okay. And then the second one, and we will be able to install them more vertically in the central port, and it will be much better in terms of radio propagation. And the best is to install them in the V shape in quadrature to optimize the diversity system. Okay, the antenna are more or less well correctly installed laterally and can be completely secure with some zip ties to avoid any props contact. The very important thing to do is the Failsafe, because it's a FlySky based protocol solution installed. It's known that for some receiver the Failsafe is not working. So I will connect the battery, be sure to have the antenna. And one remark about the antenna is more or less well secure, at least the stem, by this plastic, but in case of a big crash on the ground, I'm afraid that the antenna will break and partially transfer the shock, the kinetic energy into the connector, the VTX connector. But it's at least we have some protection here. It's not so bad. So I will turn the battery and turn on the radio, and when everything is bound, we have no more buzzing. I will press the arming button, the motor start to spin, and I will stop the power button. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, the motor continues to spin at low speed, so the machine will ground at least, but it continues to spin. So the Failsafe is not correctly done. I will turn on the radio. Okay, I can retake the control at least, and but some improvement in the Failsafe must be done. Okay, so now it's time to check the default CleanFly configuration. And as I said previously, you need first to reinstall the former CleanFly configurator if you don't already have one. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's check the default CleanFly configuration, and if you install the CleanFly to have automatically the last version of CleanFly, when you connect the USB, you have a warning message that you need to have a former CleanFly configurator or flash a new firmware. So how to install former CleanFly apps? It's super easy. You have to disconnect here to return to your Chrome, and you have to type Chrome // extension. Okay, And then you will need to download the former CleanFlight configuration. So, for example, type CleanFlight configurator 1.2.4, and you will go to the GitHub folder, okay, and go down, and you will find the here this version. Download this file, okay, and unzip this file to your favorite folder. So now I did it already. Download it, and you have to change the extension, the apps non-packaged. So you have to press this button and then to select where you unzip your file. Okay, so for me is here. Okay, I will browse. It's a little bit far. The browsing system is not super amazing. Okay, quadcopter should be around, not helicopter. Quadcopter, and then it's sorted by alphabetic order. So Tovsto Falcon, CleanFlight, and one more time I've got here, and you take the root folder of CleanFlight configurator, then you can press OK. Okay, and then we have another one. So if we go press on apps, now we have a new CleanFlight here appearing. So we can kill this one and press this one, and we have the former CleanFlight configurator 1.2.4. So now if we press connect, everything is here, and we can check the current version installed. Surprisingly, no version is displayed, but we have a release of October 17, and we have an SPF3 board. Okay, so I strongly advise to dump all settings each time. In any case, okay, copy all the information into a text file. Okay, here already did it, but you paste it, save it, and if you need to restore, just paste all the commands from your text file, and don't forget to end with the save command. So let's check the setup. Let's start. We reboot. Okay, and actually no VBAT monitor, but the battery is not plugged. The port we have UART2 and UART1 with MSP turned on. Configuration, we have a quad X. Be aware, we have a board alignment of 90 degrees, so if you flash a new CleanFlight or Betaflight version, you have to correctly align in here of 90 degrees. We have one shot 125, and we don't have motor stop because it's, as you saw, each time I'm pressing the arming button, the motor starts to spin. But if you need to decrease this value of the minimum throttle, you can decrease it. Okay, the battery is monitored, and we have the black box turned on. Okay, as well with telemetry. I don't know why. And the default loop time for this board is 1000. Is relatively slow. For the F3, we can decrease to 500 or even 250 hertz. Okay, it's not a problem. So I will turn off the black box. Okay, it's strange because the CPU load is set to 0%, so it's super small. Okay, and let's continue. Let's check the Failsafe. And effectively, we can understand why the motor continues to spin even at super low value. But the best is to apply a drop, okay, and to save. And with this setting, after 2 or 3 seconds, the motor effectively will stop to spin. That's great. So the Failsafe is working with these settings. In terms of PIDs, we have the default CleanFlight, okay. So we have the roll of the machine, so it's up to you in terms of rates, roll and pitch rates, okay, but I will keep the default settings, a TPA of 0.35 at 1500, okay. The receiver, okay, So I will turn the battery. Okay, it's buzzing. Turn on the radio. As you can see, channel no DR rate. So and unfortunately only two buttons are visible. The aux1 is a 3-way, and the arming button, okay, is the aux2 with switching between 1000 and 2000. The other buttons are not working. So deadband is applied with the value of 10. Okay, it's good things. But let's check now the mode. We have, as you can see, angle when the 3-way is in the up position, completely to the left, horizon in middle, and acro. Okay, so no specific other mode available with this version of Clean Flight. I will disconnect the battery. Okay, and let's continue to discover. We don't have any LED strip. The motor can be calibrated since it's not D-shots ready, so it can need some calibration. So how to proceed? You have to have prop half. Click here. Yes, I understand. Okay, push the master at maximum. Okay, insert the battery. Okay, and now the music, you have to go down. Now it's calibrated, and you can disconnect. Okay, and let's continue. So it's time probably to discover the firmware installed on this ESC via the BLE configurator. Okay, so I run the BLE configurator Chrome extension. I will press connect, and then I need to press to enter the battery to read all the ESC information. I will click on read setup, and we can see that we have some flight color Raptor to 20 ampere. So with the BLE firmware of 40.6, so be aware with some flight color ESC, sometime the firmware recognized by BLE SU to BLE configurator are not the correct one, so be sure before to flash a new one, okay, because we can click here to flash here, and we have the last version available, the 40.9, okay, and here we have some different elements, but be aware of that, okay. So is not the, I know that the Ferry got some problem. Maybe the Raptor is now more correct. So I will press cancel, and you can see that we have at least the brake and stop option, okay, and we can play a little bit with the dampening ball. So I will write the setup, okay, but at least the ESC are seen in a one-way pass through BLE configurator and can be flashed. Welcome to the demo flight of the Tovsto Falcon 210, the clone of the Warcraft 210. So as you can see, I installed more laterally the 2.4 gears in Dena without any prop contacts, and now I can up tilt without any problem the camera. Also set the Failsafe, okay, more efficiently, as you saw on the Clean Flight configuration. Now it's working fine, and I am in 200 milliwatts power. You have to remove this small dip switch, and be aware in the frequency list table only is exact the 200 milliwatt settings. The 25 dip switch combination seems to be not super accurate, so be aware of that. So let's engage a fight. I will start in lost condition to show you the punch out, and after more in FPV condition. Let's go. Okay, so I will power the machine. I find it's a little bit hard sometimes to extract the XT60 connector, but to answer no problem, we have some good frontal lights. Okay, and turn on the radio. Okay, so we have this motor spinning. Let's check that I've got a solid signal on my FPV. Yes, it's clear. So I will press recording here. Okay, it's recording, and I will arm. So to arm, you have to press this central button. Be sure to start in horizon mode, angle mode, sorry, when the three-way switch is in one position. I will arm, and let's go. Okay. Let's see a punch out. Well, correct. Let's see the default setting. Flying well. Yes, you can have a very aggressive flight. That's great. Oh, it's fly beautifully. The rear light and the front light are super visible, so it's cool to keep your orientation. That's great. Let's see another punch out. And when you kill the throttle, you have an inertia in the reduction of the throttle. Okay, so maybe some little adjustment must be done on the course of the throttle sticks. Okay, that is flying well. Oh, some pigeons around, because there are a lot of ships in the background. We will see that. Okay, so now it's time to perform FPV flight. And you have to press this button to disarm.